From the KWQC Broadcast Center, this is TV6 News at 6.
They've been fighting it out for months, and now you're looking live at a meeting where neighbors are getting the chance to ask questions and get some answers about a new SAU sports complex. And
think about how much you make a month. You know, that's a $2,000. I don't know anybody that can pay that with everything else that they have to pay.
Hear from one family sharing the extent of the propane problem for their household. But tonight we start with your news at 6 with a winter storm watch. Good evening, I'm Paula Sands.
And I'm Gary Mativier. A little dusting earlier today, but that was just a prelude for what's to come. KWQC's Chief Meteorologist Eric Maitland with the latest on the winter weather.
Yeah, can you imagine that? More snow, and it's coming between Friday night and Saturday afternoon. And it looks like with this winter storm watch in place for all of the QCA for Friday evening through Saturday, I think most of us can expect amounts anywhere between 3 and 6 inches. It's going to be a widespread snow across most of the area. We'll get a little bit early tomorrow, and then again, the bigger snows will start to settle on in between tomorrow evening and the middle of Saturday afternoon when things start to taper off. We did have a little snow move through earlier today, not much, amounts less than an inch off to the north. Now our skies are starting to clear, and that's going to allow for a pretty good temperature drop. We've got 30 degrees in the Quad Cities right now, but from the north and west, the colder air just kind of inching in 20s and teens for temperatures right now, but wind chills as cold as the single digits, and those will overspread the area as we go through the evening. So by 8 o'clock we'll be at 27, 16 at midnight, 9 degrees at 6 a.m., and we'll be at 16 at noon tomorrow. By then some light snow falling, but again overnight wind chills between about -15 or -10 and 5 above.
Here we go again, and when those winter temperatures took a plunge, the cost of propane went way up. And now we can show you exactly how that's been tracking, Gary.
Yeah, Paula, this is how quickly propane prices have gone up. You see the price here relatively stable between $1 and $2 a gallon. That's starting here in 2012, working its way till we get to now in 2014. People now paying upwards here of $5 a gallon. Producers say it is simply low supply and high demand. And as KWQC's Taylor Umland shows us, a demand that has one family making decisions about how they live their lives.
In Rachel Egolf's house, propane is used for everything, from heating the water to heating the house.
Normally we pay about $1.70, $1.80 a gallon, and now it's up to $5.50 a gallon.
Now for people with propane tanks, this will seem like a routine exercise. You have to go over to your propane tank and see how much is still left in there on these gauges. And for people who have that gauge getting down near zero, they're getting a little concerned that it could cost thousands of dollars to refill a tank.
Fill up our 500-gallon tank, it's over $2,000.
Rachel and her husband have 2 kids.
What kind of sounds does the choo-choo train make? Choo-choo.
So keeping the house warm for them is important, but it's also costing more than this family can afford.
Heating your house is pretty important, especially when you have kids and you just have to make, sacrifices to your budget and other things.
Rachel says that her family recently had to fill up their nearly empty tank. They bought 200 gallons, enough to last them just 2 weeks in this cold weather, costing over $1,000.
Living out in the country and on a farm and stuff, you have to make sure that you always have gas in there, because not only are you not going to have heat, you're not going to be able to cook. You're not going to have hot water.
To save money, Rachel said she's tried things like covering windows with plastic and shutting vents that aren't needed, even lowering the heat.
We usually keep it at 68, but we've been keeping it down about 64. Today I turned it down to 60. The house that we live in, it's just too old to really put a whole lot of money into it, into insulation and other things like that.
And now, with temperatures staying low and the price of propane staying high, there's tough decisions to be made when the tank gets empty again.
You have to make the decision, do you want just the bare minimum in hopes that the price will go down, or do you want to fill up as much as you can get in hopes that they won't have this major shortage and you won't be able to get it when you need it?
A choice she wishes she didn't have to make. In Bluegrass, Taylor Umland, KWQC, TV6 News.
So what's being done to try to get more propane and to get the prices back down? Well, this week, Iowa Governor Terry Branstad has sent a letter to President Obama asking to let propane drivers work longer hours to get more propane around. There are restrictions on how long they can be on the road. And Illinois Governor Pat Quinn has already done that in Illinois. The state has lifted the limits on how long propane drivers can work within 24 hours. Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker has declared a propane emergency and plans to talk to the president today, pushing for the administration to release federal funds for the LIHEAP program to help with heating costs. And here in Minnesota, Governor Mark Dayton is asking for help getting more propane. Several states asking to help restrict the propane exports to ease the load here.
We've also checked the price of electricity compared to propane when it comes to heating. 27 kilowatts per hour of electricity uses the same amount of energy as 1 gallon of propane. A Mid-American spokeswoman says their average price per kilowatt hour is around 9 cents. For every gallon of propane, Mid-American customers are spending nearly $2.38 for electric heat. We asked both the Iowa and Illinois Attorney General's offices as if they've heard complaints about propane companies not honoring contracts. They say they have heard those complaints. If this has happened to you, notify those offices. In Iowa, you can file a complaint online, by email, or a letter through the mail. Make sure you also send a copy of your contract. In Illinois, contact the Consumer Fraud Bureau, either by email or by calling the office. All this information we have on kwqc.com.
Revitalization continues in Galesburg as Iron Spike Brewing Company is moving into an older community center. The city says just one of the signs of progress for a community that's been through so much. KWQC's Akila Davis shows us how the city plans to grow.
I can tell it's making a change.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of construction going on right now, a lot of new things happening in town. It's a growing community.
Some Galesburg residents say the city is making a comeback, transforming empty sites and vacated buildings into local operations open for business.
Some of the exciting new businesses we see is the new brewery that's going to open on 7th Street. Company recently relocated from California to open up a machine facility here.
City Manager Todd Thompson says the city is working on trying its hand at retaining, expanding, and creating business through resources like Greta.
Recently, we worked with Greta, a local economic development agency, to do a business retention and expansion report.
Greta is the Galesburg Regional Economic Development Agency. The city's worked with Greta before, but now they're focusing on keeping business in town. The city is also giving out grants. Douglas Alderman runs Railway Picture Studios. He got a $10,000 grant from the city. He says his shop has only been open for a few months, but says as Galesburg continues to grow and develop, his business is bound to profit.
My business will be impacted simply because when there's a stronger economic situation here, more people will look towards advertising. They'll look towards marketing.
Thompson says the city has come a long way and things are starting to look up.
So I think we're moving in the right direction. We've still got room to go.
In Galesburg, Akila Davis, KWQC TV6 News.
Galesburg police have arrested a man in connection with a fatal crash that happened earlier this month. 54-year-old Randy Knotts is charged with 2 felony counts of obstructing justice. At the time of the accident, police say Knotts provided false information by not giving the driver's correct name. Knotts was the passenger in the vehicle. The body of 34-year-old Shannon Porter was found in a field near the crash site in the 1800 block of Knox Road on January 11th. Knotts told police the driver's name was Shane. An update now on the towboat that partially sank in the river by LeClaire. The Coast Guard says the accident that took place in November was caused by the barge hitting a rock, and it partially sank then. It took days to remove it safely from the site. The Coast Guard is still investigating the details of this accident.
Moline school leaders meeting right now to talk about the future of Erickson Elementary School. District is talking about reusing the school and exploring several ideas. Some include turning it into a food pantry or a place for rental housing assistance. Tonight is also a platform to hear from the public and answer any questions you may have. The district says improving academics was a major factor in the decision to close both Erickson and Garfield elementary schools, not just cost savings. A new health center dedicated to helping you sign up for the Affordable Care Act. We'll tell you more about that.
And a live look at the St. Ambrose Sports Complex meeting where people are voicing their opinions about this new center in their neighborhood.
And some pretty nice high temperatures today around the Quad Cities. We hit 33, nearly 40 in Muscatine and Mount Pleasant. But yeah, that's all over. Some colder weather and some snow. We'll have the details on that coming up next.
You're watching Gary Mativier and Paula Sands. This is KWQC TV6 News at 6. The news is sponsored in part by Thompson Family RV.
It's Thompson Family RV's 55th anniversary, and now is the best time to buy during our indoor RV show. Over 400 units in stock, 4.99% financing, no payments until May. Get a hideout bunkhouse at over 40% off, only $11,999, or this Jayco fold down for just $99.
From people who live near the proposed facility that will include
This week on Bush's Baked Beans, their price with fuel card, 2 for $3. Fairway's price, 4 for $5. All varieties of Chex Mix, Bugles, Gardettos, or Green Giant chips, their price, $1.68 each. Fairway's price, $1 each. What you save at Fairway every day, you can use wherever your family needs it. At Fairway, we're fueled by low prices.
Meet me at the home show. Come on. Meet me there to see all the latest trends and products you'll get locally. There'll be siding, kitchens, doors too.
There will be windows, bars, and floors too.
You'd better meet me at the home show. Come on! So much there to see.
It's local, it's new, it's all for you. It's the QCBR Home Show. See what's new for your home. February 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Meet me at the home show.
Choose CCA Expo Center, Rock Island.
And now, the Quad Cities' most reliable forecast with Chief Meteorologist Eric Maitland.
Well, this afternoon we had that little swath of snow move through. It looked like a blizzard for a few moments, but this afternoon and late afternoon and into this evening, we've seen those skies start clearing off to the west, and that's going to mean some cold temperatures tonight and some cold wind chills, some areas below zero. For Friday, we get ourselves back into a little bit of light snow during the day. We might pick up an inch or so, but then as we go from Friday night into Saturday, a few inches due, anywhere from about 3 to 6 inches likely for most of the QCA. So that's why the Weather Service has hoisted the winter storm watch for tomorrow evening through Saturday, officially from about 9 p.m. to 6 p.m. And really that does look like the window of the accumulating snow. So if you've got some travel plans, especially a late Friday night, early Saturday, they will certainly be impeded by the fact that we'll have some fresh snow on those roads. Right now we've got skies clearing off to our north and west, and that's a little tiny area of high pressure that'll move on in, give us some clear skies for a few hours, let our temperatures drop quite a bit. We're back to the single digits tonight, and then the clouds start moving in later tonight. By tomorrow morning, we'll see mostly cloudy skies and a little bit of light snow ready to move on in. 30 in the Quad Cities now, 25 in Clinton, 34 in Sterling and Rock Falls, 33 in Galesburg and Burlington, 30 in Mount Pleasant, but just off to the north and west, it's already 19 in Monticello, Iowa, 19 in Cedar Rapids, 16 in Waterloo, and this cooler air is being pushed in by some strong winds from the northwest, and that is taking down the wind chills. As a matter of fact, here are those northwest winds, which have already made it into the Quad Cities, anywhere from about 15 to 25 miles per hour. So look at the wind chills. Feels like 9 in Clinton, 6 in Dubuque, 5 in Cedar Rapids, 3 in Waterloo. What a turnaround from the wind chills that were in the 20s and feeling okay for much of the afternoon for most of the QCA. But again, that's going to change as we go through the evening. Getting into tomorrow, clouds start to increase. Exact track keeping a lot of that snow off to our south, but there will be likely some snow falling, especially along and south of Interstate 80 during the day. But again, that's not going to be the main band. We might even get into a little bit of a break tomorrow evening before the next band and more potent band of snow settles on in. Tonight we're down to 9, clear to partly cloudy skies with wind chills of about -10 to 5, because again, single digit temperatures with just a north wind at 10. It will feel pretty cold. 18 tomorrow, cloudy and cold, light snow. During the day, we might get around an inch, maybe some spots a little bit more, especially the farther south you go. And then take a look at what happens as we finish off our Friday and get into Friday night and Saturday. Here comes that main band of snow, and you can see it really encompasses the entire QCA as we go from Friday night into Saturday morning and then even into Saturday afternoon. Things start tapering off about 1 to 4 p.m. Saturday. Then the snow leaves. Late in the day, we might see some clearing in our skies. But as far as totals are concerned, at this point, our preliminary estimate puts a 3 to 6 inch band right over the Quad Cities, with a little bit more likely south and east of the Quad Cities and somewhat less snow by the time you get up to Highway 20. So the impact moderate, because of, again, we're dealing with early travel times on Saturday. It's the weekend, not the rush hour into work. Northern areas 1 to 4 inches, 3 to 6 around the metro. anywhere from about 4 to 6 inches or maybe even a little bit more off to the south. Our 7-day forecast, well, with the snow on Saturday, we bring in the 20s for one more day, 24 the high. But look at Sunday, fresh snow, clear skies, a cold start, 0, a high of only 12, 21 with the sun back on Monday. Then we're watching another system of snow Tuesday into early Wednesday. That could bring some accumulations as well. 21 Tuesday, 12 Wednesday, and behind that system, only 8 for a high on Thursday.
City crews across the area getting ready for the next snowfall. Davenport has pre-treated snow routes over the past 24 hours.
Bettendorf crews say they did not pre-treat the roads because salt is already out there, but they are watching to see how it all holds up. Rock Island also didn't pre-treat, but there are crews out hitting certain spots, and they'll do some pre-treating for this weekend.
St. Ambrose University wants to build a new sports complex that includes a new football, baseball, softball fields. There have been some opposition from some neighbors. Tonight, school officials giving the public the chance to see and ask questions about the revised plans now. Kwqc's Taylor Umland is live at that meeting at St. Ambrose. Let's go there live.
Yeah, Gary, the meeting here actually just ended, but just a few moments ago, about 24 concerned citizens and neighbors were here to talk about the proposed $20 million athletic facility project. Now, there are, including today, there's going to be 5 of these drop-in meetings where neighbors, concerned citizens can come in here and get their questions answered and actually air out some frustrations. Some of that tension stems from this proposed facility that will include a 2,500-seat football stadium. They simply don't want to see a large structure built near them that will give out light and cause some traffic issues, but the college says they've done their studies and everything is within city code and believe they are being more than fair.
We've agreed with the neighbors to give them a 90-day process in which they could obtain as much information as possible about the proposal that we're putting forth. After those 90 days, then we go to the Plan and Zone Commission, and then from there to the Davenport City Council.
Central Park is not designed for this type of traffic, and the number of students, of say 3,000 plus students that are going to attend one of these events, the neighborhood is, of course, going to suffer from that.
Now, if you're interested in coming to one of these meetings, there's going to be 4 more of them hosted over the next 2.5 months, and those are going to be held right here at the Regalski Center. The next one is scheduled for February 6th. Live in Davenport, Taylor Umland, KWQC, TV6 News.
Taylor, thank you. St. Ambrose already owns the property they want to build that complex on, some of it behind Assumption High School.
And St. Ambrose isn't the only place wanting to add a sports complex. There's talk of building a large regional sports facility in Bettendorf off I-80. Here's a rendering now of those possible plans. Rothheisen Development is behind the project to build an Olympic-sized pool and space for basketball and volleyball tournaments to seat 4,500 fans. The facility may be located at Spencer Creek at the northeast corner of Middle Road and Interstate 80. Todd Rothheisen says consultants are looking at the feasibility of the project now.
There's a lot of interest in the project, and really what we're attempting to do is we're not constructing this to compete with existing entities. We're constructing it to complement. So the interaction that we're having with the stakeholders is finding out what's missing. The real key is not to build something redundant, to build something that's an asset and that works with what's currently here. So obviously anybody that's already got an athletic facility and is functioning well, it's not our intent to damage that, but to complement it.
There's a meeting going on tonight till 7 to gather more ideas on this sports complex. Coming up tonight, answering your questions about the new health insurance plans. There's a new center set up to do just that.
The Olympics on KWQC TV6.
For the first time ever, Bedroom Expressions is offering a free furniture bonus. With qualifying purchase, receive a bonus worth hundreds of dollars in free furniture. Save on great-looking bedroom furniture. Plus, get interest-free financing for 2 years. Bedroom Expressions, inside Furniture Row.
Get ready for the weekend with big game savings at Hy-Vee. Pepsi products, any 4 for just $8.88. Lay's potato chips, only $1.48. Hy-Vee shredded cheese, just $1. Tombstone pizza, only $1.99. And come into Hy-Vee this Saturday to sample game day goodies for your party, including fresh-made chips and dips, gourmet pizzas, chicken wings, brownies, and more. It's the Saturday Sample Bowl, this Saturday at Hy-Vee.
Arby's is best known for freshly sliced meat. But what about their fish? Captain Skip, is this really where Arby's gets their fish?
Well, sure it is. We catch them wild and fillet them when they're freshest.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we do.
Arby's 2 for $5 Real Big Filet. A meaty cut of Alaskan whitefish lightly breaded to crispy perfection. 2 for just $5. Arby's.
It's a free furniture frenzy at Kwqc. For the first time ever, get hundreds of dollars of free furniture with qualifying purchase. Plus, find special savings on dining groups, and all home entertainment is on sale. And interest free for 2 years. Kwqc inside Furniture Row.
Belgian Village Inn down to the final days of the QCA. A long line for lunch today, hoping to get some last-minute memories before the restaurant closes its doors. They're actually having to order more food right now. Saturday will be the last day of business. The Belgian Village Inn has been around since 1977. And tomorrow morning, by the way, on Quad Cities Today, they'll be making one of those famous Reuben sandwiches. The owners are closing, they say, to focus on the family and their health.
Yes, the big Vandy Reuben. How's the local housing market coming along? The Quad City Realtors Association says homes went up in value last year. Single-family homes saw an increase of 8% over 2012. They also compared November and December in 2012 and 13 and say the housing market went up 11% in the Quad Cities those months. They expect that trend to continue.
The National Association of Realtors really feels like 2014 will be about like 2013, not a huge difference there. I think in our area, because of the gain that we took in November and December, we will continue to have that increase.
And she says that compared to other parts of the country, our local housing market has not been in crisis for the past few years. Many people have plenty of questions about signing up for health insurance under the Affordable Care Act. Here in the Quad Cities, Genesis Health System now has a place where help is provided. Insurance navigators are accessible to the public on a regular basis in Davenport. The Healthcare Enrollment Center is available to Iowa and Illinois residents to get you signed up for coverage.
Right now, we've had limited space with doing the one appointments. This space gives us more opportunity. We have 3 navigators. We can have all 3 going with one-on-ones.
The center is staffed and open Mondays through Thursdays from 9 to 4 and by appointment Fridays and Saturdays. Located at 114 West 2nd Street, Davenport, Unity Point Health has certified counselors in its offices and say they've helped more than 1,100 people sign up for health coverage. Next in sports tonight, Tom goes back to school and finds an NFL quarterback. All next.
It's time to put some summer fun into your winter, because when the weather is the coldest, the pool deals are the hottest at the Great Escape. It's our biggest pool sale of the year, where you save on remaining closeout pools. Save $1,000 on family-size pool packages, plus double your deal and save up to an additional $1,500 with free installation. Be the first to have your pool installed this spring, and save up to $3,000 on floor model hot tubs from Kwqc. Get 0% financing for up to 36 months.
Too big. Too soft. Too small. Too happy.
At Progresso, we've got a passion for quality because you've got a passion for taste.
We vote for JA! We vote for JA! We vote for JA! And you can vote for JA too!
Join your community in supporting junior achievement, bold to raise funds for local programs and help kids like us become the future workforce our community needs.
The JA Bowl-a-thon is coming to a location near you this February and March. Visit jaheartland.org or call 309-277-3919 to register.
Getting ready to tour 2 great cities. Hi, I'm Paula Sands, inviting you to come along to San Antonio and New Orleans next spring. We'll visit the Alamo, take a boat ride along San Antonio's Riverwalk, and enjoy the food and culture of New Orleans' French Quarter. Our vacation includes airfare and great hotels, April 15th to the 22nd. For more information, call Holiday Vacations at 1-800-826-2266.
You're watching sports with Tom Cornelis.
As the countdown to Super Bowl 48 continues, the Super Bowl is an event that seems to captivate all ages. In fact, the 5th grade class of Miss Croft at the Jordan Catholic School in Rock Island got a special visitor today, NFL quarterback Alex Tanney. Tanney was an All-American at Monmouth College. He is chasing his NFL dreams, making the rosters of the Kansas City Chiefs, Dallas Cowboys, and currently the Cleveland Browns. Tanney is doing his winter workouts here in the Quad Cities and was eager to share his experience and, of course, talk Super Bowl. One thing I've learned through the years covering sports is you're never too old to learn, and certainly it pays to ask questions.
Listen up and pay attention.
Okay, teach.
Who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl?
Well, I think it's the best offense versus the best defense, and I'm rooting for Manning to win one more. So I'm going with the Broncos.
How come you're not going for the Seahawks like my mom is?
Well, I'm interested to see because Denver's got arguably the best offense and Seattle's got the best defense, but I'm rooting for Manning, so I guess I got to go with the Broncos.
Tanney then showed the class his now famous skill shot video that went viral nationally, and he'll be holding some football camps next month on 2 weekends at Geneseo High School. Well, it's not easy to rattle the DeWitt Sabres on the basketball court. Sporting an undefeated conference record, the Sabres are racking up the victories, as KWQC's Ben Rosehart explains.
Yeah, we always looked and we talked about the rankings at the beginning, and it's just a sign of respect. And when we get respect, it just makes you feel good.
In some ways, the DeWitt Sabres are very similar to the Wisconsin Badgers. They're at their best when they play great defense and slow it down on offense, looking for the right shot.
From the beginning of the season, we said that we're going to live and die off our defense, and our defense has been solid all year for us, and offensively, we're continuing to work to get more consistent.
As an offense, we try to be patient with our shots, go inside out first so we can get the best shot that we can get on every possession, because every possession matters when it comes down to the stretch of a game.
Every time we come out and play good defense, that's definitely the key for us. And then being patient on offense is also important, so we get a good flow in our offense.
It's more inside-out oriented. Got some good post guys, and they'll kick it out for threes if they are not double teamed, so we have a good system down.
After 4 straight road games, DeWitt is back home this Friday against Marion as one of our many games on the Highlight Zone. In DeWitt, Ben Rosehart, KWQC TV6 Sports.
Thanks, Ben. Well, now in her 14th season at Iowa, Lisa Bluter stands 1 win away from tying C. Vivian Stringer as the Hawkeyes' all-time winningest women's basketball coach. Bluter, who began her coaching career at St. Ambrose, is doing her best to keep that pending milestone in perspective.
Means I've been around for a while. I mean, really, if you get to stay at a school long enough, you're going to get opportunities like that. I've been fortunate enough that our administration has backed me and allowed us to be here as a staff. But certainly that's the main thing, is if you're around a place long enough, it's bound to happen. It's not always the wins and the losses. Of course, the wins certainly help, don't get me wrong. But if you enjoy the people you're around, and that includes, my staff, Jan, Jenny, Lacey, Abby, the whole works. And so it's everybody. It's the Hawk fans. So if you enjoy what you do, it's a pretty fun year, and this has been a fun year.
Bluter and her Hawkeyes can get that 269th win this Saturday at 2 p.m. hosting Nebraska.
All right, and by Saturday afternoon, we'll have some pretty good snow across here. Winter storm watch in effect from tomorrow evening, Friday evening, through Saturday afternoon up until 6 o'clock Saturday, as the snow will pile up 3 to 6 inches, pretty common amount throughout the entire QCA. This evening, we're clearing out. We'll see some clear sky for a time. Temperatures will drop as a result. We're at 27 now in the Quad Cities, but wind chills to the single digits coming our way as we get it a little bit farther into the evening. Temperatures drop to the teens by midnight. 9 is where we start the day tomorrow. Mid-teens by noon, some light snow, and it looks like the teens as high as we're going to get.
Well, we have kind of a special, different, unique hello for you tonight.
Yeah, new parents, the Mosers from Davenport sent this to us, and the first hello, Quad Cities, from a brand new viewer.
This is Martin Seth Mosier, who was just born on the 12th, so he's 2.5 weeks old.
So he can't say hello, Quad Cities, right?
But it's on his onesie. So we love that. So thank you to the Mosiers and congratulations. Have a good night.
See you back here at 10.
there when you need it. KWQC 24/7 Weather Channel, over the air on 6.2 or Mediacom Channel 247.
Meet me at the home show. Come on.
Meet me there to see
all the latest trends and products.
you'll get locally.
There'll be siding, kitchens, doors too.
There will be windows, bars, and floors too.
You'd better meet me at the home show.